Looking for a Windows 8 touchscreen laptop without spending all your cash? Check out our review of Dell's Inspiron 14 7000 series laptop with touch. And welcome to Tekzilla Bytes. I'm Patrick Norton, and we're here to feed your tech hunger fast. This episode of Tekzilla Bytes is brought to you by Carbonite, automatic cloud backup for your computer files at home and at work. Start your free trial at Carbonite.com with the offer code Tekzilla, and you'll get 2 bonus months with purchase. If you're looking for a touchscreen Windows 8 laptop, Dell has a ton of options from under $400, the Inspiron 3000 series, to well over $1,000 if you go with their top-of-the-line XPS series. In between, check out the 7000 series, which comes in 14, 15, and 17-inch versions. We tested the 7437. It's 0.06 inches thin. It's fairly light at 4.4 pounds. It's made out of shiny aluminum. It's got Gorilla Glass protecting the touchscreen, but it's definitely not from Apple. Dual USB 3.0 ports, an SD card slot, HDMI 1.4a out, and of course a headphone and mic jack, along with speaker vents for the surprisingly loud audio, is pretty much all you have on the outside of the box. Of course, the big deal is the 1080p touchscreen and Windows 8. The screen was very bright, had good off-axis viewing left and right around 160 degrees. It was a tad dimmer as you rotated the screen off-axis vertically. The touchscreen delivered all the Windows 8 goodies, and it feels very solid. And given the size of the bezel around that 14-inch screen, it should. Built-in mic and webcam, of course, and I gotta say, I was surprised at how much effort it took to open and close the laptop. This hinge should last forever. The keyboard feels good, maybe not quite as good as the keys on a Lenovo ThinkPad, but it was very acceptable, and like most laptops, getting a feel for the touchpad took a few days of use. It is fairly sensitive. Inside our test unit, there was a Core i5-4200U, 6 gigabytes of RAM, and a 500 gigabyte hard drive, along with support for 802.11a, G, and N Wi-Fi. More than enough power for everyday home and office use, though we would love to see an SSD in place of the 500 gigabyte drive. The Intel HD Graphics 4400 series won't be enough for a serious gamer, but it's more than enough for casual gaming. If you want to spend $250 more, you can get the optional Core i7, or moving to the 15-inch Inspiron 7000 series will give you the option for discrete NVIDIA GeForce graphics if you're a serious gamer. Dell claims just under 9 hours max for battery life. We averaged around 7 hours in the office with mixed use with a lot of Wi-Fi. That's the Haswell CPU in this box, doing a good job getting the most out of the 58 watt-hour 4-cell battery. More battery life would be welcome, but we were pleasantly surprised to find out that Dell made it fairly easy to replace the battery or upgrade the drive inside the 7000 series. Just 8 screws to open it up, and the battery and drive are right there on top and easy to swap. Speaking of drives, if you backed up your PC today, it's important to back up your computer files at home and at work, but remembering to do so can be a chore. That's why we use Carbonite Online Backup. It makes it simple by automatically backing up your files to the cloud. You don't have to remember to back up because Carbonite does it for you. It doesn't matter if you have one computer or a whole bunch at home or a small office. Carbonite can take care of it for you, and you can start a free trial, no credit card required, with our sponsor Carbonite at Carbonite.com, and if you use the offer code Tekzilla, you'll get 2 bonus months if you decide to buy. That's Carbonite.com, and the offer code for 2 bonus months is Tekzilla. Now, looking at this box, I gotta say, a lot of people in the office thought it looked a little funny for a Mac. When did they bevel the edges? It looks kind of square. They obviously share a bit of an aesthetic. The build quality is solid, and I found the Windows 8 touchscreen experience with the 7437 very similar to what I've had in most desktops I've used with touchscreens. I use it mostly when I'm sharing my screen with somebody else, and rarely when I'm using the computer solo. It's more than a gadget than a feature, and your mileage may vary. Other than that, this was a typical Dell experience for me. Great support, built in to keep the drivers updated, a solid build, reasonable performance. I just wish it came with a bigger battery and an SSD, but that would probably push the 7437 into the XPS price range. The 7437 starts at $849 with the touchscreen. You might be able to find a 15-inch touchscreen 7000 on sale for $700, but you add size and almost a pound of weight. We expect to see quite a few new laptops at CES 2014 in January. Make sure you subscribe to youtube.com/Tekzilla or Tekzilla.com to get all our coverage, and of course to get all of our regular Tekzilla Bytes. Thanks for watching, and make sure to comment down below if you're on YouTube or tweet at Tekzilla. I'm Patrick Norton, and thanks for watching this episode of Tekzilla Bytes.